I just recently got back from training with Eliud Kipchoge in Kenya in his lead up to the Berlin Marathon 2017, where he'll be trying to officially break the marathon world record. It's Monday, the 18th of September now, so it's 6 days before the big day for Eliud. And I just wanted to make this video just to give everyone a bit of a overview of how the trip went, what the experience was like, and most importantly, what you guys are wanting to know a bit more about how his training was. We were there from about 3 weeks before, about 7 weeks before until 3 weeks before, so just under a month, in probably the hardest block of training for them. Basically for most of August. And we got to experience some tempo runs, some fartlek workouts, and track workouts with them, which are the three harder runs of the week that they do. So got plenty of stories to tell and plenty of information to give out on the training there. The reason why we haven't published a whole lot before this was that Eliud's management group, Global, didn't want us to release the training information early. They wanted us to wait until close to the race, so we've been given the early okay now. But in terms of the overall program that they were doing while we were there, I mean, it was quite standard in terms of the weekly structure. So 3 hard workouts: Tuesday track workout, Saturday fartlek, and Thursday a long tempo run, which was the longest run of the week. So their long run is a tempo run. And the other days were all quite similar. A run in the morning between sort of 16 and 21k, and a run in the afternoon, which was very easy. And there was no second runs most of the time on this Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. All of the information in detail will be published on different articles on our site that subscribers will have access to. Well, everyone will be able to view a certain amount every month, but subscribers will be able to view them all. And I'd like to thank everyone that subscribes. There's almost 1,000 of you now that are subscribed to our site. It's only $1 a week, so it's only $4 a month, which is the cost of a coffee for most people, and it keeps us doing this. It's basically impossible for us to do this stuff if we don't have some paying subscribers. So, but if those of you that are interested in viewing absolutely everything on our site, we'd be very appreciative for more subscribers, of course, as well. The track workouts that we were able to watch included, one was 15 by K, where they were running around about 250s with a minute and a half rest. Another one was 5 by 2K 1K. From memory, the rest was 1 or 1.5 minutes. I have to check. And they were in around 5:45 to 5:50 and 2:50-ish. And when you hear the times, I think we've posted about this before. When you hear the times of training workouts of people in Kenya, you have to adjust. I would say quite a bit to if you want to be making equivalents for sea level, because obviously the altitude plays into effect. It's about 2,000 to 2,500 meters, which is over between 7,000 and 8,000 feet, and the surfaces are often very uneven, so they're often trails that aren't very flat underfoot, so it's not exactly like running on a track, and they do all of their workouts on those dirt tracks. The tempo run was probably the most fascinating because it was just purely because of the speed that they were doing them at on the course. So it alternated. One week it was 30k, then it was 40k, 30k, 40k, and the pace of those runs was pretty much on an average right around the 320 per kilometre speed, which in miles I think is around 520 per mile, I think. So I'm from Australia, so I work in kilometres, but I believe that's about 515 or 520 per mile. And that might not sound crazy fast, but it was, the courses that we joined them on were very hilly, and of course you have to also factor in the altitude up where they're doing that at close to 2,500 meters. I think that's over 8,000 feet or thereabouts. I would say that's probably equivalent for them of running close to 3-minute kilometers, which is 450-ish per mile. For 30 and 40k, and those efforts weren't all out. Like, they were obviously solid, but they weren't exactly maximum efforts. They probably could have gone on for 5 or 10 kilometers. Well, in particular, definitely in the 30k, obviously, but in the 40k, they probably could have gone on a little bit longer. The Saturday fartlek was very interesting as well. They did that on the same course as the tempo run, and all of the fartlek workouts that they do are all posted on the website on a typical Saturday. The article's called. The ones we joined them for were 4 by 10 minutes. Some of you might have seen the live video we did on a motorbike when we were there. We were filming. The paces of them were, as you'd expect, around about 2:45, 2:50 per kilometre pace. When it was maybe up a hill, it was a little slower. 2 minutes recovery. We also saw 25 by minute on, minute off, and also the other one we saw was 3 minutes on, 1 minute off by 13, I think it was. But everything's on the site, as I said. So go and subscribe and check out everything, all of the research that we found from Kenya. There's a bit there about their diet. We've also written an article about what surprised us. So, for example, one thing was how inflexible Eliud was, and the group laughed at him all the time about how he was a good probably 30 centimeters, 25, 30 centimeters from touching his toes if he bent over and tried to stretch in a hamstring stretch. The amount of tea they drink with a crazy amount of sugar, just a whole lot of things like that. So it's all on the website. Go and check it out. And again, thank you to those who've subscribed, and thank you to those that are just checking in and looking at what we're doing.